Hello everyone, it's been a while. I know I said in my last video I was not going to leave it a long time before filming again, but you know me, it's just given at this point. And yes, this is a plant behind me. I haven't done much more else with the clay stuff. I didn't actually get to make enough things in time for Christmas. Christmas is actually next week, and I'm actually really excited for it. It's going to be the first year that me and Spicy have spent the entirety of Christmas together, because normally I'll go to my parents for a day or half a day or something. I try and spend time with them. But obviously this year, with everything that's going on, we can't do that. We're actually in tier 4 here, which means that basically we're in lockdown and we can't go out anywhere or do anything. And it has been so weird as well, because I haven't ridden my bike a lot this year, like almost pretty much not at all. And that has been so weird to me for someone who was riding every single day for, I think, like 5 years now, I think it's been. I got my first bike in 2014, I believe it was. Damn, so that's nearly 6 years. That is crazy. And every single day I would be riding. I'd be riding to uni at first, then it was riding to work. Whether it was sunny or raining or really cold, I would still ride because I just love the experience of being on a bike. And I have missed that this year. And I'm not actually that sad about it. At first, I was really upset about it. And, you know, the first time that coronavirus hit us and we were first locked down, I was kind of sad about it. I thought, oh no, I'm going to miss the summer. I'm going to miss riding my bike. But actually, I feel a lot more at peace now. And I feel so much calmer as well, being at home, working from home. I mean, this behind me, this is my work setup. I've been working from home for ages now. I think since, I don't even know. I can't remember, but just a long time. And I'm enjoying it so much more, and I find it so much more relaxing, as I said before. And it's so, this year has been so strange, but in a way I've actually really enjoyed it. Despite people dying and, you know, all that stuff that's been going on, I am very grateful to say that I have been lucky to not have experienced any coronavirus symptoms. Me and Spicy have been pretty good. We've been staying in the house as much as we can. Obviously he has to go out to do his job, which is riding his bikes and doing reviews and things, but he was not interacting with many people, and neither am I. And we've been inside and, you know, we're doing our bit, which I'm hoping you guys are too, and we are very lucky, and I'm very grateful to say that I've had no family members affected by it so far. Touch wood. So that's good. And for me, it's been a very interesting year. I feel like I've learnt so much about myself. You know, I've had ups and downs. I have had some downs where I felt really down and just not knowing what I'm doing. And then, you know, I get really high up again, and it is crazy. But I feel a lot more at peace, I think, with everything that's been going on. And everyone, you know, at the start was saying like, oh, what have you discovered in lockdown that you think is like, I don't know, like a new hobby or something? I think for me, it's been plants. At first I thought it was going to be the clay stuff. I mean, I'm still enjoying, I like making stuff. I mean, recently I made a little Christmas tree and another robin. I've made one robin before, but I made a new robin out of, it's not hard air drying clay, it's polymer clay, so you have to like bake it, and they're not baked yet, but I can show you. This is my little it does look a bit crazy. Okay, it's not perfect. That's the Christmas tree, and this is the robin. They didn't turn out great, but it was still fun making it, you know. And I've always loved plants, right? I love nature, but I've always been worried about killing them because I do forget things very easily, and like I can have it where days, like a week would go by and I would not even realise that. Which is funny at the moment because I have like 2 loads of washing that I need to put away and 2 loads of washing that I need to put on. But that's what happens when you have a mind like mine. You just forget. And if you don't do something in the moment, it will just never get done. So I've finally let myself buy some. And I'm the type of person that won't do something because I'll worry what other people will think of it and how it might affect them and blah, blah, blah. And it's just this mental thing that I've always had for a long time. And I'm slowly breaking away from that and allowing myself to do things that I want to do for me, and not putting everyone else first. I bought a few small plants. I bought a pickle plant that is actually dying, unfortunately. And I've got this in the background. You can't really see it at the moment because it's hanging up. I've got another one hanging up here, and I recently just got these come through as well. I love this one. This is a marble queen. I think it's called a pothos. I don't know how to pronounce it in English, because it's normally said in American accent whenever I watch videos about it, so I don't know how to pronounce it. It's so cute. It's a little baby one. It will grow really big into one of these ones that I've got hanging, and then I've also got this little cute thing, and a really cool one. This one, which I think is amazing. Look at it! How cool is that? It's so cool. And I'm actually sat in front of a plant light at the moment, so I probably shouldn't really be sit in front of it because it's kind of like the sun. But, you know, I've been inside, so I don't think it'll do too much damage. Oh dear. But yeah, it has been really good. And if I look at myself, how I was at the beginning of this year versus now at the end of this year, I have changed a lot. But I feel so much happier. And I feel like I've managed to understand a lot more things with myself now, and I can better balance my mental health. And Spicy helps a lot with that too. You know, if I'm down or if I'm not mentally well, he will help with that. And I am getting better at dealing with that myself as well, which I think is good. And I proved to, oh sorry, I've got these everywhere, these little decorations, because I don't have any Christmas decorations in here, so I decided to get some of these little snowflakes and just put them in the room. So I'm just fiddling with this, so sorry if you see me moving around, that's why I'm just fiddling with this snowflake. Oh sorry, I've just spat everywhere. Great, say it, don't spray it. Oh god. Also, sorry if you hear any background noise. You know, me and Spicy live in a shared house, as you all know, so there may be people talking. I have to keep kind of stopping every time they talk, so just in case they say anything that's like personal. It's kind of distracting, but I distract myself anyway, so whatever. I also started to get more into my exercise again. I mean, I will be honest, this whole month of December I have done absolutely nothing at all. But that's because I kind of stopped for like a couple days and then it just ended. That's kind of what happens to me. If I start something, I have to keep it going. Otherwise, if I stop, it's just it could be a month before I do it again. But throughout the second lockdown, I managed to do a workout every single day, which I thought was impossible for me because I'm terrible at keeping, like, doing things every single day that I need to do, basically. And I managed it. I mean, I did miss 8 days here and there, but I did it still. And, you know, I didn't feel too bad if I missed a day because I knew I could do it the next day and add it on to the other one. And there were only small things, but I did it. And that was such an achievement for me. I felt so great after knowing that I can do it. Instead of sitting there and thinking, oh, it's, you know, I'm not going to be able to do it. It's too difficult. I can't be bothered. Just do it anyway. And now I feel great. And I really want to get back into it again. Before the start of the new year. And another thing as well that I found interesting is I've always been the person that never wants to think of what am I going to do in 5 years' time, because you don't know what's going to happen. No one would have predicted this really. I mean, viruses, yeah, they come and go, but you know, this is kind of like throws everything out of the water. So I've never really had an answer to that. And I've always never wanted to plan anything, because if I start writing things that I want to do, they just never happen. Because I just don't do them generally. Like, you know, people have New Year's resolutions and, you know, they do that for like a couple of weeks and then it's gone. Like, if I have a habit, I have to stick with it and ingrain it. Otherwise, it just doesn't stick with me. And a few of the things I've managed to stick with is eating a little bit more healthier myself. So me and Spicy always cooks healthy food, and you know, we eat generally very healthy, but sometimes I used to do a lot of snacking on really bad food, junk food, and just eat really unhealthy food for my lunch at work or just whatever. But now I feel like I'm eating a bit healthier. I feel like exercising is helping me drink more water. And oh my God, I have this humongous bowl. Look how big this is. It is the size of my head, but I only need to fill it up once and just drink it. To me, it's like drinking one bottle of water. But if I can drink that one bottle of water, I've drunk pretty much what I need for the day. So that's good. And I feel like now I potentially could have an idea of things I want to do for next year. I'm not so worried or scared about planning things in case they don't happen, because, you know, you never know, things might not happen anyway. But it doesn't matter if I don't do whatever I plan to do, because, you know, anything could happen. But I don't feel as afraid to do that anymore. And I don't think I'm going to be riding my bike until the summer now. It's not the summer, till the spring. Because it's kind of been sat there for a bit. I've not been able to ride it. I've not had anywhere to go. Obviously I couldn't really go see my family because, you know, we're all in lockdown again. And there's no point turning it on now, because if I do and the battery's dead, then I'll have to buy a new battery, and then you have to ride it more often, which at the moment I'm just not doing because there's just nowhere for me to go and it's the middle of winter, you know. So I think for me, I'm just going to wait until the spring. If the battery's dead, get a new battery, jazz it up a little bit. By that I mean I kind of just want to get wheel strips and stick them on, and just do a little bit of maintenance to the bike, and then get back into riding again and just ride for the sake of riding, because I really enjoy it. You know, as Spicy said in one of his old videos, like even just a menial trip like to the dentist can be fun when you ride a bike, and it can be, and it's good, and it's a great escape for me. Like going out into nature, like going on walks, that's a great escape for me as well. And I just haven't been able to do that, but I've been able to escape in other ways by being creative, making things. There has been a lot of times where I've just been stuck on my phone, but I have learned a lot about myself. If I don't do anything and I'm more lazy, which to me feels like it's better in the moment, it's not, and I feel worse afterwards. Whereas if I'm more active and I work out almost every day, and I'm drinking more water, and I feel like I'm being healthier, I feel a lot happier because I'm more present, I'm more with it. And that has been quite interesting for me to discover. Another interesting thing, I found out that I have ADHD. So I was thinking that potentially I may have it, because I was looking into it, and you know, all the symptoms are basically me. And the more I heard people talking about different experiences, like, you know, if I'm looking at something to do with mental health or anxiety and stuff like that, and they'll be like, oh, this thing, and I'm like, okay, I'll listen to what this person has to say, and then realise they're talking about ADHD, and halfway through I'm like, but this is what I deal with. So I did some research, I did a couple of tests, but I didn't want to just class myself as having it without like having someone who knows about that kind of confirm it. So I actually got back in touch with my therapist, the guy who was helping me when I first got help with my anxiety and discovered that I had anxiety and mild depression at the time. Although I don't really feel like I have depression or had it. I mean, yeah, I was really down and I was really low, but depression is something that stays with you forever, and I don't think I have that. But I definitely have anxiety, and I get dissociation with my anxiety, so I kind of like zone out and go into autopilot but don't know what's happening until I come out of it, which is how sometimes like a week can go by and I do not know about it until it's over. Like I'll put something down and I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll do that tomorrow, and then I'm like going to do the thing, but it's been a week and I'm like, wait, what? But I got back in touch with him and I said, hey, I was just wondering, like, because obviously he's seen me and spoken to me in person when I went to the sessions and knows a bit about my history, my mental health history, because obviously we discussed it. And I was talking to him about it and I said, I think I might have this, but, you know, I'm not entirely sure. Do I have to go to my GP to get diagnosed, or do I have to, like, come to you guys to get diagnosed? And he basically just said, there's no point going to your GP unless it's, like, detrimental to your life, and It's not really. I mean, it is inconvenient sometimes, but I don't feel like it's detrimental. And he said that, to be fair, if I do go to like a psychotherapist or a psychologist or whatever, then you have to pay them to do the test. And the test that they do is basically one that you can easily do online and find online for free. So he was like, you know, I'm assuming you've already done those tests, and if you get enough positive answers to the right questions and it comes back saying that you have it, then that's your diagnosis. So I was like, okay. So I researched the test he was talking about as well and had a look through that, read everything on that, checked off all the things I did have and all the things I didn't have, and yeah, turns out I've got it, which to me makes so much sense. Now I can completely understand why sometimes I'm like really hyper and I'm on a mega high, and then I crash down and I'm really low. It makes sense as to why I dissociate even if I'm not anxious, why I zone out a lot, why I find it hard to concentrate on certain things or just anything. Why when people talk to me I sometimes don't know what they're saying, or I haven't heard it properly. I thought I had a problem with my ears, but my hearing is fine. So it is very interesting. I feel like it's kind of answered a lot of unanswered questions I had about my mental health. So, you know, like anxiety answers some of them. I thought maybe I have social anxiety, maybe I do to a point, but I'm not sure. And I definitely dissociate, which is not really that fun. But yeah, now knowing that I do have ADHD/ADD, basically it's the same thing, it's just a different name. Yeah, that is very interesting, and as I say, it's answered a lot of things that were unanswered before, and it just makes sense. So yeah, now you know I'm crazy, my brain is crazy, and I'm now a crazy plant lady, and I have so many plants, and I actually... This is funny. So there's a plant in like by our front door, right? And a bit of it had broken off, and that had started like making little roots, and I had my eye on it. I was like, I'm not going to just take it because that would just be weird. Like, I'm not going to just take a piece of someone else's plant and like replant it. But I've been keeping an eye on it, and then Spicy saw it and he was like, oh, have you seen this? Like, it looks like it's getting little roots on it. And I was just listening to him like talking about it, and I was thinking, oh, if he's going to throw it away, then I want to take it and like plant it. And then I was at the top of the stairs, right? He turns around, he just sees me up there like, oh, listening in. Oh, he said it was like, you know, like if you've ever had a cat and you've ever had dreamies, when you shake the bag, they're always there. If you talk about like catnip or talk about dreamies, they will be there. And basically he was saying that's what I was like, but with plants. So now I have it, and I put it into little pieces, and I'm seeing if I can grow it now, because it was just going to die anyway, so why not see if I can grow it into a new plant? And I think that's very exciting, and I love it so much. But yeah, that's kind of like my update for you guys. You know, I'm very grateful that you still watch my channel and follow me, even though I have been a bit MIA, and I do, as I said before, want to get back into it, and now I'm more level-minded. I feel like I can. Obviously I can't ride now, which is a bit annoying, but in the spring we will. Adventures I will go on, and who knows what else. But yeah, I'm doing good, I'm feeling good. I've got all my Christmas shopping done. I basically did it all online this year. And Christmas is next week. And for those of you who may be struggling, you know, it is just a day. It's one day. Some people hype it a lot. Some people don't even care about it. But if you do feel like you're struggling and you need to speak to someone, please do. There are plenty of people that would be happy to talk to you, even if you feel like they wouldn't. You know, mental health is very important, and you should take it very seriously. And Christmas can be a tough time for people anyway, and now that there's a pandemic and some people can't go home to see their families, they might be alone. You know, you're not alone. You've got, I mean, even if you don't have any person that you can talk to, I'm sure you have something you can talk to. If it was me, I would have my plants. If I didn't have my plants, I would have this pig. If I didn't have the pig, I would have myself. There's always something. Maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. But you know, if you want to talk, there's me, there's Spicy, there's a whole community. Everyone in my comments is super nice. So if you're someone that feels like you're feeling not great this year or for Christmas, or you're a bit apprehensive of what the new year is going to be, just post it in the comments, be brave, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of people who would talk to you and have a chat with you, and yeah, maybe you'll make a new friend. But yeah, that's kind of it. I'll stop rambling now. Thank you so much for listening to me kind of ramble on. I feel like I've just let everything out. I feel like this is like my online diary now. I don't know what my channel's going to become in the future. It could become plant orientated. I'm giving you a heads up warning now because I have so many plants. They make me so happy. I have like a little jungle now. I love it. But yeah, I hope you all have a very good Christmas if you can, and I hope you have learnt something from this year or have somehow managed to enjoy this year, and if not, when the new year comes, there's a whole new year to do anything that you've been putting off, or anything that you've not done, or anything you want to try that you haven't yet. Just do it, as Shia LaBeouf says, just do it, don't let your dreams be dreams. Right, I'm going to go now before I just waffle on about random stuff for even longer. I'll see you guys potentially in the new year, hopefully before, but knowing me, probably in the new year. Bye.